Just an ordinary day. Started out the same old way. Then I looked into your eyes and knew today would be a first for me. The day I fall in love. Just an ordinary day. Started out the same old way. Then I looked into your eyes and knew today would be a first for me.
Hello viewers, good afternoon, lovables. I welcome you to LILATO Garden. This is the program that comes every Wednesday around 15 hours. This program we discuss matters pertaining to love, matters pertaining to parenting, matters pertaining to marriage, how to make sure that your marriage is okay and your marriage is attractive, your marriage is beautiful. Today we are going to have another beautiful moment where we are going to talk about something very, very interesting, as we always share with you. We are coming to you live from Bulozi TV, the pride of Barose. We are on channel 120, that is TopStar Decoders. We are also on Facebook. Simply type Bulozi TV, you will find us in this beautiful garden. Not only on Facebook, you can also find us on YouTube and other social platforms. Simply type Bulozi TV, you will find us in this beautiful garden where we farm only one product, that is love. Today we are going to discuss a certain topic that is very interesting, that most of us have challenges when it comes to that aspect. And I'm not alone in the studio. I have a guest who is going to help me discuss this topic, how to improve communication in a relationship. How to improve communication in a relationship. Today I'm privileged. I have somebody in the garden for the first time, and one funny thing is this person has a name that has a question mark. Yeah, it always baffles me. Anyway, I forgive her because she's my tribal cousin. These are the people who come from the east. You know, you expect anything from people who come from the east. Her name is Celestina Mbewe. Celestina, welcome to the program.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Bwalya. It's a pleasure to be here and to be a guest gardener in LILATO Garden.
Sure. Tiankenji. Can you tell us more about yourself? Thereafter, you tell us more about this name, Tiankenji. How did it come about? Who gave you this name? And what does it mean?
Well, Tiankenji, I think it's a common name on the East. Okay. It was given to me by my grandfather. I was named after my beautiful grandmother. So okay. Yes, so the name was a gift. It was given, passed down. Okay. And it's a question. It means, what are we going to answer or what are we going to respond? Yes.
So that's what it means.
Yes.
What are we going
in simple terms.
Tiankenji.
Yes. Tiankenji.
So there was a question, then they didn't know how to respond. So
I need to investigate on that one.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
You are welcome to Lilato Garden. It's always a pleasure having cousins from the east to be in the garden. We are short of gardeners, so since you have come, probably we'll give you some tools so that you can be gardening with us.
Yes.
Today we are looking at how to improve communication in a relationship. How do you define effective communication?
Okay, that's a very good question, Mr. Bwalya. I think in order to effectively communicate in a relationship, one must understand what communication is. And what is communication? In simple terms, we can define communication as simply the sharing of ideas between two or more people, or the sending of ideas or information between two or more people. So what is the difference between effective communication and just communication? So if we're talking about effectively communicating in a relationship, one needs to be an effective communicator. And what does that mean? That means you need to send and share those ideas in a respectful manner, in a manner that the person receiving that information will understand. So information in a communication in a relationship is almost the glue. Aside from love, if the love is there and there is no effective communication, then the love won't be strong. It's an important tool, and it's a skill, actually, Mr. Bwalya. Communication is a skill. Being an effective communicator is something that you need to develop at a personal level, so that when you get into that relationship, you are able to share ideas with your partner. Or, love isn't just about partners. It can be also at sibling level. It can be also at work level, and in life in general. So effective communication just trickles down to being able to share information in a respectful manner, in a clear manner, in a manner that the receiver will be able to receive that information as clearly as you want to pass it down.
I like it when you said it's a skill.
Yes.
So does it mean we are not born effective communicators? We need to learn the skill of communicating, more especially when it comes to relationships.
Definitely. Communication is a skill that one needs to actually polish. So we are not born communicators. I don't think we are.
Okay.
I don't think we are. I think it's something that you need to, like any other skill, you need to perfect. And it might take time, and also it might take understanding, because we all come from different backgrounds, and how we communicate in our families is different. So when we come together in a relationship setup, we need to familiarize ourselves with how the other person communicates, and also just customize our communication in line with the person we're trying to communicate. So it's a skill that needs a lot of time to sharpen and to perfect. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Wow. What of those relationships where one refrain from telling the other person the truth because they are scared that if I tell my boyfriend, if I tell my wife the truth, if I tell my boyfriend or my girlfriend or my wife, my husband or my whatever, it might spoil the relationship. So to avoid conflicts, they opt to keep quiet. Is that effective communication?
Definitely not.
You are trying to avoid conflicts.
I think you don't avoid conflict by lying or hiding information. Okay, that's the biggest mistake you can do. Okay. So the main concern that should be there is, how do you share information with your partner without hurting their feelings? But hiding the truth is a no. So how do you now break that information? First of all, it needs to start from yourself. Are you the cause of that? Are you at a disadvantaged position where you did something wrong?
Okay.
And also, how is your partner going to receive it? Okay. So when you establish that, you also now get to understand what you are feeling. What are you feeling? You have fear. Yeah, you identify the emotion that you're feeling. So it's fear. What are you afraid of? You're afraid of how your partner is going to react. So what is the best way you can communicate to your partner without, causing that commotion? So I think the best way you can go about that is firstly to identify the emotion that you're feeling and also sympathize with your partner. How are they going to respond? Okay, so, and what is your tone? How are you going to use it? Are you going to just reach and say, I did this, but if you don't want, that's your problem. Okay, no. So you need to express yourself using words like, I feel that I have done something that might offend you. So just how you construct and deliver that message to you will soften the blow on how your partner will receive it. But keeping it you don't avoid conflict by hiding or not telling the truth. Conflict is something that is normal in a human setup. So it's something that you need to sit down and actually address. So identifying the emotions, sympathy is very important, the tone, even the environment, okay? You can't find your partner is busy with something and then you just bring up a conversation. No, you need to invite them to dialogue with you so that they receive it in a way that you want to communicate. So you look at the environment. Okay, are they settled now? Are they calm? Is it a time that we can actually talk? So you invite them to a conversation rather than, it's not a trial. It's not in court. It's it's a relationship. So invite your partner to that conversation because it is a conversation. It's not judge and jury. No. Yes.
But don't you think it's you women who are? I like the point where you have said you invite them into a conversation. You check or you see, you ascertain whether the environment is conducive or the timing is right. But you women, mostly women, ladies and girls, you are the ones who you'd find a man probably is maybe busy with work, maybe he has something to do, then just say, we need to talk. You see that? Yeah. No, I've got a burning issue. We need to talk. We say, can you wait for me until I finish? No, it's urgent. We need to talk. Mm-hmm. So you find that that would trigger maybe a negative response from the other end. So do such kind of poor communication affect relationships in any way?
Definitely they do. Obviously, you need to be, part of communication is also understanding silence. Silence is also communicating. If you're
silence?
Yes.
You're just quiet, that is also communication?
Yes, you're communicating something. Silence is also communication.
How?
Okay, so, so Mr. Bwalya, I think when you look at communication itself, it's a process.
Okay.
It's a process where you send, the person receives, then they give you feedback. Okay. Yes. So if you don't respond, you're silent. That's also feedback. Okay. So now, what do you do when your partner is silent, or rather like the scenario that you've brought up, where someone just comes, no, we need to talk. This is urgent. That's a sign of a poor communicator, actually. Mm-hmm. So you're failing to communicate with your partner. You're failing to sympathize and also to have empathy to say, okay, what are they doing? Is it work? We can't sabotage our partner's work just because we are trying to address personal issues. So we need to read the situation. Okay, what is our partner doing? Is it a good time? Okay, for example, maybe your partner has just lost their job, and then you want to address an issue about maybe a message that you found. So which one is more important? You comforting your partner that they've lost their job, or you trying to address that text message that you've seen? So it's important to read the environment. What is your partner going through? And is this issue that I'm trying to raise of ultimate importance? Like, is it something that we cannot, can we hold it to another day? Okay? Mm-hmm. So we see. And also, inviting your partner to a conversation means you are making them comfortable. Mm-hmm. It's in a respectful manner. It's in a manner that is calm. Okay, so if you're trying to communicate with someone, even just anyone, rather not just your partners, you need to do it in a calm manner. And how do you stay calm? You've given an example of how women are always vexed. So that's a very sign of poor communication, and that's something that I think most women need to work on. Yes,
Okay.
and also on the men, when we talk about when we talk about
I hope you're not attacking me.
when we talk about being silent, Mr. Bwalya, silence, it's the loudest form of communication. Imagine you are in a conversation where you are talking to yourself. Okay, like this conversation we're having here. We are having a discussion. Imagine if I was just saying, no, yes, I'm just responding to you in that manner. Then it won't be a conversation. It's one-sided. And imagine how frustrating it would be being in a conversation where the other party is not responding. So I think it's very important that we identify our weaknesses in communication. So are we able to regulate our emotion when we want to communicate something? Are we able to read the environment? Okay, how are we able to identify if this issue is urgent or if it's something that we can hold on to tomorrow? Even though they say don't go to bed angry with your partner, but there are certain things that can wait. Okay, if you are in your feelings, make sure that you calm down, because the moment you don't calm down, you're already taking the first step to miscommunicating with your partner. So I think it's important that we read the environment, not just, oh, this is urgent, let's just okay, no. See,
you know what you did? That's why you're avoiding it. Someone tells you that, no, can you please wait I finish what I'm doing? No, you know that you're guilty. That's why you don't want. That's why you're trying to avoid the conversation. Let's talk about it now.
Yes. No, but again, Mr. Wale, what if the person is in the habit of always, running away from conversations? So it also starts from somewhere. So if it's been a habit in the relationship, reset. Okay, sit down and say, okay, no, when we have an issue, calm down. If I'm doing something, wait for me. Communicate. So effective communication is very important.
By the way, did you know that if there's anything that men don't like, is to receive a call or a text that we need to talk?
I think everyone, not just men.
Trust
not
me.
Just men.
When you just tell someone that, no, when you knock off, we need to talk. Someone will knock off 22 hours.
No, I think it's not just for the men. I think everyone, when you just receive that text, you say, why didn't you just tell me? Okay, so sometimes even such texts also it's maybe a form of poor communication. Okay, if your partner is going to knock off from work, why send them a text? Just wait for them. Don't give them anxiety.
No, we need to talk.
We need to talk.
Don't pass anywhere. Just come straight to my place.
No, I think that one is also, it's very common actually, and we see it even online, people making fun of such situations, but let's just wait for our partners to knock off and we'll have that conversation.
Now, in a situation you have a burning issue, how do you talk to your partner in a sober way to avoid them feel like you are blaming them? The situation where maybe you are not comfortable about certain things, instead of talking to them nicely so that you express how you feel about a certain issue. But there are some people who I don't know whether they are blessed in heavy words. When they tell you, even feel guilt, they feel the weight of the word on you. How best can we communicate in a relationship to avoid making our partners feel guilty or feel blamed, so that at the end of the day they become defensive, even where they were supposed to express themselves or explain nicely, they become defensive. Eventually there is that now exchange of harsh words. How can we avoid that?
So how do you express to your partner in such a way that they don't feel blamed or they don't feel some type of guilt? I think, like I earlier said, it's very important to make your partner feel like you are inviting them to a conversation and not a trial. Okay? It's not a trial.
It's like it's in the court of law.
Yes, come. The court has ordered you to appear before the court.
Her Majesty, now she's presiding over the court ruling.
Definitely. So it's not a trial.
With these wigs you wear, it's not that the wig is black, but if it was white, it would look like a judge.
Yes. Okay. So it's not a trial. It's a conversation, because at the end of the day, you're all in there for one thing: to stay together for the better. Okay, so it's not a trial, it's a conversation. So how do you invite your partner into a conversation? So number one, what are your intentions?
Okay.
Initially from the start, are you just trying to, no, is it a blame game? Okay, identify that. So what am I trying to communicate? And how am I going to pass on this message? Okay, so number one, you make sure that you understand yourself what you're trying to communicate. So you identify what you're feeling from that. Okay, so you use terms like, I want to express this, or I feel like, or I've been feeling like this, rather than bringing it out in such a way that you just want to disrespect your partner, or you want to feel them belittled. Okay,
like you've always been like this.
Yes.
Why can't you grow up
Yes.
and change?
So your words, the words that you use, okay, and also dragging past events. So even last time you did that, don't drag the past. Address the issue at hand. Okay. So invite them to the conversation. So we've been having issues when it comes to maybe the food that you cook. Okay. You know that I don't like kapenta. Not why am I kapenta?
What is this now?
What is this now?
What is this? Whom do you think is going to eat this food?
Definitely. So
then you push the
already
kapenta.
you are putting them on trial. So
Is that a try?
and if you put them on trial, Mr. Bwalya, already they have to defend. Because once you're on trial, you have to put yourself on defense.
Okay.
So if you put them on trial, they'll obviously try to defend themselves, and already it's a confrontation, and we've missed the entire point. So invite them to a conversation. A conversation is exchange. Okay? Okay, no, I didn't know you feel this way. Or, I understand that you don't like kapenta, but that's what we had. Okay?
There was no another option.
You effectively communicate. In that way, your partner won't feel guilty, or they won't feel like you are blaming them. So invite them to the conversation.
Okay. Viewers, in case you have joined us, we are coming to you live from Bulozi TV, the pride of Barose. This is channel 120, TopStar Decoders. Follow us also on Facebook. Simply type Bulozi TV. Go on YouTube, you'll find us. Even on TikTok, you'll find us in this garden. In case you have a question, you can call us or text your question on 077-3738-114. That question of yours, it will find us in this garden. We have Celestina Tiankenji Mbewe. The only name I love is Tiankenji. What should we answer?
What should we answer?
How should we answer? It's a name which is a question. Well, today she's a guest in our garden. She has come to help us manure love, manure relationship. Relationship and love is a gift that God has given mankind. We need to enjoy it. It shouldn't be a burden to our hearts. Unfortunately, most of us, we are poor communicators, and our relationship end up dying prematurely because of bad communication habit. We have learned that communication is a skill. It's not something that you are born with. We need to work on the skill. We need to develop the skill. We need to be practicing to be good communicators. Don't think the way you were born. But there are people who are like, this is how I am. You tell them, I don't like the way you talk. I don't like the way you communicate. Why don't you just tell me nicely instead of shouting at me? They say, this is how I am. Even in our family, this is how we are. How do you deal with such people?
I think, Mr. Bwalya, I think statements like that come from people that are not willing to learn new things. Okay? You can't. You always say, I'm a student in this journey of life, or in this class called life. So if you fail to be a student of life, those are the people that say, that's how I am, or that's where I am. No. In life, be open to being corrected, being open to learn from others, being open to other people's cultures, be open to other people's upbringing. So there are certain things that we learn through socializing, even at school, even at work. We don't come from perfect homes. We don't come from perfect backgrounds. But are we open to accept other people's opinions, okay? Sometimes people, it may be even be coming from a place of love, actually, when people correct you. Oh, no,
yes,
don't do this. Okay, it's coming from a place of love. So such people, I think, they need to just introspect and just be open to receiving lessons from other people. You can't be so rigid to change. Change is inevitable. People grow. Who we are this year is not who we will be next year. No, we have to be open to change. So I think when you're dealing with such people, it's very important to handle them with so much maturity and kindness as well, because that stubbornness in them needs to be softened at the end of the day. But I think it's important to be a student in life. Always be open to learning from others. Always be open to accepting people's advices. Always be open. Advice is free anyway. It's up to you to take it or not. But it's important to see if this person is speaking from a point of love, because you might be, denying yourselves opportunities. People will say, "Oja anakambali," so we can't invite them to these opportunities. So such people, I think they need to introspect. And if you are found among such people, a partner like that, hand them with a little love and care. Maybe they will accept of the advice.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, on that, writing on the point that you have just mentioned. Now, if there is situations where someone might have some insecurities, some fears, how do someone express themselves? There are those deep feelings that we have. Right? Maybe you have some fears in a relationship over either a certain topic or a certain situation. How do you open up to your partner so that you don't feel belittled? At the same time, it doesn't appear like you are burdening them. Or maybe let me put it this way. Is it okay? Like if someone, the two, let's say, for example, two are in a relationship, he sees the partner, that the partner is spending a lot of time with a friend of the opposite sex. Is it okay to confront your partner, to tell them, I'm not comfortable with the way you spend time with them. I feel like you love that one more than you love me. Is that okay to communicate that way? Or maybe someone would belittle himself or herself by opening up that way?
I think, Mr. Bwalya, I think you will agree with me if I say rather that relationships are a place where we're allowed to be vulnerable. Okay. I think if you can't be vulnerable in your relationship, then we don't know where you're going to be vulnerable or who you're going to be vulnerable with. So your partner should be someone that you're able to be vulnerable. If people out there have never seen you cry, let your partner be the person to actually see you cry, okay? So we need to allow ourselves to be vulnerable with our partner. It shows that, we actually trust them. So it's a sign of trust. Being able to be vulnerable with someone shows trust.
That's a very good point.
Yes. So if you are unable to, raise concern in regards to a certain issue that you are seeing maybe your partner is doing, then we need to, question the relationship and on the foundation it's been built on. Okay? So you need to communicate every possible feeling in as much as it can be hard or in as much as you feel a certain way. Because at the end of the day, if you choose not to, in fear of being belittled or making your partner feel belittled, then it shows that there's no vulnerability in that relationship. So it needs deep reflection, actually. Okay. So yes, you need to be vulnerable with your partner. You need to be able to tell them what you feel. And they should also be open to receive your message. Okay? Because if they are not open to that, then, then maybe what they are saying is actually true, or their fears is actually true. So it's important to be able to be vulnerable in your relationship, and also to be able to bring up issues that, you feel are threatening the relationship without you being feeling belittled or feeling like your partner will misunderstand you or they'll look down on you. I think you shouldn't be afraid to be open to your partner. Definitely.
Okay. So now, how should we respond when our partner says something that would trigger our emotions? You know, maybe as you are trying to be honest in your conversation in a relationship, then your partner seems or suggests or seem to come out in a way or says something that would trigger your emotions. You know, it could be positive or negative.
Definitely.
But you want to remain balanced so that you don't go off the rail. How do you respond in such a situation? You know that what my partner is saying, oh, you feel like, you know, there are times when you feel like you're
triggered.
You know, you feel like,
Yes.
but to safeguard the relationship and to safeguard the respect that you have for that person, so that you don't come out in anger or issue derogative. You know, sometimes out of emotions, people say things that they regret later. So how do you control, or what's the best mechanism someone can apply to avoid saying something that they will do regret later, which might or could damage the relationship?
Definitely. I think, Mr. Bwalya, staying calm in every situation will save you from a lot of damage.
Someone says something, then you just say calm. You stay calm.
Stay calm. Okay?
Calm.
Composure, Mr. Bwalya.
Someone is saying harsh words. You just sit composed.
Yes, composure. You know, being calm will save you from a lot of things. You know, they
like
say,
that one.
they say, you know, in the abundance of the heart. What does the Bible say?
Proceedeth evil or something like that.
Yes, the mouth will be led to say something, you know, and you know how the mouth is. So whenever you are going through a situation where you and your partner are in a heated argument, it's very important to sometimes, you know, take 5. They say take 5. Take at least 5 minutes, you know, to pull yourself, to compose yourself, understand what your partner is trying to trigger in you, so that they do not trigger it, because it's not what is said, it is how you respond. It's not the situation, it's how you choose to carry yourself in that situation, okay? So no matter, you know, what someone might say to you, even what your partner might say to you, how you respond or how you react is what is going to be the final you know, the thing that will ignite now the conflict to even be, you know, worse. So it's important to take 5 during an argument. And also I would like to bring up the issue of being an active listener. Sometimes just let your partner, you know, cry out. It's not always about your emotions, no. It's not always about what you are feeling, no. Listen to them, you know. Sometimes just listen to understand. Don't listen to respond, okay? Give your partner a chance to speak, you know? Understand what they're trying to say. Identify their emotions. That's why empathy is very important. Put yourself in their shoes, okay? What are they feeling and what has led them, you know, to issue such words? And then, you know, calm down, compose yourself, and also identify how those words have made you feel. And once you identify how those words have made you feel, ask yourself, why have they made me feel this way? Okay? Is it the truth part of it that has made me, am I triggered, you know, because of what they said? Identify why those words have made you feel like that, okay? So be an active listener. Sometimes just listen to your partner, not to respond, you know, empathize with them. You know, sympathize with what they're feeling, rather than always listening to now respond. First as it is a man, ni muyanke.
Yeah,
you know?
yes, as he's talking or she's talking, you're even doing like this.
Yes.
No, wait, I finish. No, let me come in. Let me just keep coming there. Let me chip in. Because you are quick to respond. So that one is bad.
That one is bad. Never listen to respond. Okay. It's also a skill in the process of communication, being an active listener. Okay. It's not everything that you need to respond to right there and then. Give it a day, you know. Come back after a day when your partner is back to their senses. You know, what you said that day, it didn't sit well with me. It made me feel this way. And I would like us to address it, okay? Where is it
That's
coming
a very
from?
good point, yes.
Where is it coming from? Have you been feeling like this all this while? Or how long, when did you start feeling like this? Okay? Sometimes it's not about us. It's not just about you and your feelings. Okay? Sometimes, see it from their perspective and give it a day, rest, calm, logically analyze the situation, and now you can sit down and have a calm discussion, because shouting sometimes, just because you are raising your voice, doesn't mean you're being heard.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you're being heard. So it's important to be calm, because when you are calm, you are in control of the situation. When you are calm, you allow the situation not to escalate and actually worsen everything.
So now, sorry to come in. We're just from talking about this. Someone is talking, you want to chip in. Okay. Wow. Okay. Now, I want to ask, to find out something before it slips off my mind. Yeah, it has even gone.
Mr. Bwalya, come on. Come on now. We are now wondering what you are doing.
So now look at the situation where maybe two they're in a relationship, they are discussing. Then someone, as someone is talking, they want to chip in. Then they start shouting at the, or raising the voice towards the partner. Will that damage or will that improve my listening? I want you talked about it. I just wanted you to add more, to shed more light, add more beef to it, so that Womuviana there, I know Womuviana Borikes and others who have these issues, they can maybe get one or two things. How can you handle someone? You're just talking nicely, calmly, but from nowhere they start shouting at you. They start raising the voice, and you are on the receiving end. How do you handle such people?
Okay, I think, Mr. Bwalya, when you get into a relationship with someone, I think one of the things that you need to understand is their background. Okay. Understanding their background. How did they grow up? How were they raised? There's people that were raised, with positive reinforcement. Others were raised with, negative reinforcement, where when they were younger, their parents would tell them, if you don't sweep, when I knock off from work, I will do this to you. So they were raised like that. So when you're older, it just doesn't go away. Okay.
You also replicate the same.
Yes. So in a relationship, you will come with that. So to you, you will feel like when I shout or when I command, then my partner will hear me. No. So understand where your partner is coming from. What is their background? How were they raised? Okay, what was their situation at home? How did they grow up? Okay, from there, that's when now you can establish the best way to communicate. I think in any situation, always take the higher road. Okay, they say be the bigger person. It doesn't hurt to be the bigger person. So when you see that your partner is always in a tendency of, yelling at you, even when they are calm, I've seen people say, why upunda? Why upunda? Okay, so you understand them. Then from there now, we get now to decide, say, how are we going to be communicating? Okay, first you can choose to address it. Okay, you can just say, look, sometimes when we're talking, we're just having a conversation. Why do you get defensive? Okay, what is it? Just sometimes just on a random day when you're all calm.
Okay, not on that material day.
Yes, not even just on that material day. On just another day to say, what's really going on? Why are you always in the defense? Sometimes you might find that your partner is actually dealing with insecurities that they haven't addressed in their teenage years, in their 20s, in their 30s. So you address that from the grassroots rather than just the surface. So maybe you might tell them now, then the next argument you hear that they have calmed down, then another day it's come back again because you are not addressing it. And I think it also comes back to, do they feel safe in the relationship? Do they feel safe? Or are you triggering their childhood? Okay, are you making them feel how their guardians used to make them feel? Okay, because they say our inner child is always within us. We never out. The child never goes away. So how are you making your partner feel? Does it trigger them? Do your words trigger them? So address it from the root.
Okay.
Definitely, I think we are different. There are just people who are loud. There are some people who are very naturally calm people. And in every situation, you just see them composed. And, the best thing you can do is just communicate. Tell your partner, okay? Oh, I yell because, that's when I feel heard. Okay, I don't feel heard. Yes, I shout because I don't feel heard. Or I shout because, you don't react. There are some people that want to see a reaction. But, you are shouting at them and
they're just looking
at you. What if your partner wants a feedback, Now they're getting frustrated. So now when they shout, they think, I'm Mbewe nika when I shout.
Okay.
Yes, so address the issue from the grassroots. Yes.
Well, viewers, we are learning a lot. We are looking at how to improve communication in a relationship. Unfortunately, time is not our best ally. One thing we should know is we come from different backgrounds, and mostly we communicate based on how we were raised or based on the environment where we were raised from. So that kind of environment is what we grow up with, and it's what we transmute to people around us, even in a relationship. So if you look at your partner in a relationship or in marriage, look at how they communicate. Look at how they talk to you. Before you take it personal or you think this is how this person is, go back some few steps. You will find that is how they were raised. So since you are the partner who loves them, you are somebody who is there for him or for her. Be the doctor to that person. Help them. If they have a bad communication habit, talk to them how you feel on certain topics or certain ways of conduct or certain ways or certain terms they use. There are people who use vulgar language. Tell them how you feel. If you don't like it, don't just say, I don't like this. Tell them, I don't like it because it makes me feel this way. That way, it will keep on ringing in their mind. They will remember that if I say this is how my friend feels, or this is how my friend interprets it. Then the other thing that I would want to share with you, if you call yourself sweetie, honey, baby, poppy, sweetie, whatever term you use, even when you are communicating, even if you are communicating something that is very uncomfortable, or maybe let me say you are annoyed, please don't put that one on the shelf. Tell your partner, sweetie, I'm not happy with what you are doing. Always add sweetie. Sweetie, I'm not happy with what you have said or what you are doing. I would have loved if you had done it this way or that way. If you are adding sweetie or daddy or baby, they will know that this person is communicating to me from the love point of view. But if you just say, if it is a hot debate or hot conversation, you put daddy, sweetie, baby aside. Then you say, you, when. So it will make your partner feel like when you are communicating something that is hard, when you're having a hard conversation, you lose respect. So for them to avoid making you feel belittle them, they will also start avoiding raising concerns that would lead into a hard conversation. As we are winding up, a few words maybe the viewers would want to hear some wisdom from you on communication. Even those who came late, please, after you wrap everything, tell them the meaning of Tiankenji so that they can,
No, definitely. I think we've had a very interesting conversation today, Mr. Bwalya.
Sure.
I think communication is an important part of every relationship. And I think as we conclude, it's very important for our viewers to understand that, healthy communication isn't just about having long conversation or long hours talking. No, it's about the small moments that we get to have. Check on your partner. How is work going? Or I'll be coming in late, today from work. I've had a long day. It's a process, and it's very important to remain consistent in a relationship and to maintain that consistency as you go on in that relationship. So as we said, communication is a skill that you need to practice. The goal is not to change your partner, but it's to accommodate each other.
I like that point.
A quiet partner can be given space to be, the quiet person they are. Even a loud partner can be given a chance to be the loud person that they are. It's not about changing each other, but it's about accommodating each other's, background. It's about accommodating each other's personalities. So it's very important that we learn to sharpen this communication skill. It's very important that we build a healthy communication system in our relationship. So thank you.
Yeah, wow, that is very insightful. Even those who are married, please, when your husband is coming from work, if you have issues, let them rest. Then you raise the issue that you want to discuss with them. Not whereby they're just by the door. You have done well to come. You start now offloading.
Especially the Bemba women, Mr. Bwalya. Saba Bwalya.
Well, viewers, unfortunately, time is not with us. This is where we say goodbye. Me and Tiankenji, Celestina Mbewe. We are saying bye-bye together with our technical controller, Brother Fanuel Piri in Gagos, and Mr. Bruce Masalela. We are saying goodbye.
The day I fall in love.
On the day I fall in love, sky will be a perfect blue.
Just an ordinary day. Started out the same old way. Then I looked into your eyes and knew today would be a first for me. The day I fall in love.
On the day I fall in love, sky will be a perfect blue.
Just an ordinary day. Started out the same old way. Then I looked into your